What's crack-a-laggin' peeps? I'm Ace, or otherwise known as Kiv, and in this video we're going to be continuing our Fact Friday series, and they're going to be focused on facts about Christmas, because I promised that I would do this one a little bit ago in the comment section, and since like the last Friday until Christmas, I was like, let's do this. We're going to do some Christmas ones because I'm feeling really festive right now, and I don't know, I just love the Christmas time of year. It's just an amazing time of the year. But the first couple of facts are going to be about statistics. It took me about 5 different tries to say that word. Don't hate me because of my stutter. But anyway, after those statistic facts, we're going to be having a couple more on just weird Christmas traditions and stuff. So let's jump right into it. So the gameplay real quick is just Bell pre-patch. It was on my hard drive. I wanted to save it for a little bit, but the update kind of, came out faster than I thought it would, and I found it on my hard drive not too long ago. I was like, you know what, let's just shove it out there, get rid of it, doesn't matter. But yeah, that kind of explains the melting and stuff that you might see when I use the Bell, so that's pretty much the gameplay. And I've just got some Advanced Warfare gameplay for you in the background. But speaking of warfare, in the first months into World War I, troops along the Western Front took a Christmas Eve's break from fighting in the war to sing carols to one another across the battlefield and trenches, and the following morning the German soldiers got out of their trenches and they began to approach the Allied soldiers while calling out Merry Christmas in English. I'm not too sure about how their pronunciation would have been, but luckily it was not a trick, and it wasn't, like a ruse, like just, to use Christmas as an excuse to try and attack the British. No, it wasn't, and it was actually, it was legit. They wanted to celebrate Christmas, and there were, dozens of British people came out to greet them. They shook hands, and they, exchanged cigarettes as gifts and stuff, and they called it later on the Christmas Truce of 1914, which was awesome. And I think there's like some pictures of it even, where just some of them playing soccer in the middle section between the two opposing sides and stuff. That was called No Man's Land. But that was an awesome one, and moving on to a not-so-awesome one that's kind of scary, actually, but Norwegian scientists have hypothesized that Rudolph's red nose is probably the result of a parasitic infection of his respiratory system. So, it turns out that Rudolph I'm kind of worried about Rudolph right now, because apparently he's had that red nose since he was a kid, so he's had a parasitic infection since he was a kid. I don't know where that kind of, how they hypothesize that, but I guess, and, I suppose it wasn't particularly glowing. It was just a parasitic infection, so, it's legit to have a red-nosed reindeer, except it's just, not too nice and for the poor reindeer. Moving on, though, each year more than 3 billion Christmas cards are sent in the US alone. Only in the US, 3 billion cards. Oh my gosh, that's a massive number. And speaking of massive numbers, all the gifts in the 12 days of Christmas would equal 364 gifts. That is a lot of gifts. So these next couple of facts are going to kind of be more about traditions or things that have been happening on Christmas. So, Japanese people traditionally eat at KFC for Christmas dinner. And I don't understand that, I don't know why, but apparently it was because of a successful marketing campaign 40 years ago. So that must have been a really good marketing campaign for it to actually, be that successful for 40 years. But anyway, it's so popular during Christmas time in Japan that people have to place their orders 2 months in advance to actually get it there, like on Christmas Eve and stuff. That is absolutely unbelievable. I can't even comprehend how many people would just be having KFC at that time of like Christmas and stuff, but that's insane. So this next one is actually about a goat in Sweden that was constructed out of straw in 1966, and some vandals actually burned it down, and what they did is they kept building it back. Again, it's like a 13-meter high goat made out of straw. I don't know why they made it in the first place, but they just did. And people kept burning it down and down again and again, year after year. And so it just kept happening, and by 2011, the goat had been burned down 25 times. And this is in Sweden. I don't even know why they built the goat, but apparently that's just how it works, because in the town of Gavle, nailed it, beautiful pronunciation as always. But yeah, it just happened to just be so that like that, and it's happened so often that people actually take bets on whether the goat's going to get burned down or if it'll actually live to see Christmas Day. So that's awesome, and what's kind of actually sad about it is that they've been taking official bets since 1988. It's been happening for a long time now. So I don't know, maybe one of the Vandals has been like, should I not blow it up this year and, bet against it so I get tons of money? I don't know, but those Vandals must be absolutely filthy rich by now, I reckon. Speaking of Swedish people, about half of Sweden's population watches Donald Duck cartoons every Christmas Eve since 1960. So I'm not sure if PewDiePie does, but I guess that's pretty random but also awesome. I'm really confused though, because I'm not sure what on earth could have brought that about. I mean, did half of Sweden just randomly think to themselves, you know what, I feel like watching some Donald Duck today. I don't know why, but I just do. Like, how do they get their hands on that many copies of Donald Duck to even start with? I don't know, but I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'll go with it. Maybe I'll ask PewDiePie or something later on. Because we're like best buds. Got him on speed dial. Just saying. No, anyway, moving on. We Wish You a Merry Christmas was originally sung as a threat. Yeah, I bet you never knew that one. Apparently, the ever-popular song was originally sung loudly and repeatedly by crowds of rowdy, lower-class servants demanding alcohol from their masters, or else. So what they basically meant was, we won't go until we get some alcohol from you. I don't know what brought that upon anyway, but, because why not? Why not just say we wish you a Merry Christmas? And, they could just be sitting in their, mansions and, with all the alcohol, well, the peasants do appear to be very festive this year, don't they? Ha 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 ha. That was an amazing, absolutely amazing. Nailed it. That British accent. I tried British because it's probably the only thing I can do, and they said lower class servants, so I kind of assumed peasants, and one thing led to another, I assumed British people. I'm sorry, but I mean, you guys have the best accents for posh people. They sound so stuck up, but also classy, and at the same time, it kind of makes me want to wish I was classy like that. But moving on, we're going to finish with the most inspirational fact I have ever read. It is so amazing. It just makes you want to just, go out and hug kittens. That's what it makes you want to do, because it's just so inspirational, but yet so awesome and caring, and it's just Christmas in a nutshell. But here it is. Santa has his own actual postcode in Canada, which is H0H space 0H0. There's a text for it as well, so that way you guys understand what I'm saying. But essentially, it's just ho ho ho, and it's awesome because you can actually send your letters to there no matter where you are in the world. And what's even more amazing about it is because they actually have to do it in Canada because it's the only, postal service where the postcode allows for it to be a letter, then a number, then so forth like that in their pattern. So that's why Santa has his post office / postal address in Canada. I know it's Canada, but I just say Canada for shits and gigs. Don't hate me, Canadian people. I love you. Anyway, so these letters are replied to and by thousands of volunteers because millions of letters come in. So thousands of volunteers come in and they reply to the letter. So personally, I think that that's just the most amazing thing in the world. Because just replying to all those children's letters would just probably make their day, and I think that's just the best thing that people can do on Christmas, just, being Santa and replying to those Christmas letters from children. I think that's awesome, and I think that's definitely inspirational. Those people are my heroes, because they just make, so many children's worlds just so much brighter by replying to them, no matter what language they're in. But anyway, I hope this video has made your world a bit brighter, and hope that you've all enjoyed it. So make sure you leave a like, comment, favorite, and or subscription. It's much appreciated. And also, let me know if you have anything cool that happened to you this Christmas, or any special Christmas things or traditions that you might know of that I haven't listed in this video. So until then, I guess I'll catch us all on the next episode. I've been Ace Hawk, or otherwise known as Kiv, and I'm out.